like I said, man, this is my take on it. They need to fucking get rid of Michael Cole and bring back JR. Michael Cole's got as much flavor as a fucking glass of ice water. I'm sorry. This dude, I mean, I'm just not a fan. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
Michael Cole, I don't feel like you do. I'm not going to say he's one of my favorite announcers either, or even close, but yeah, JR, who knows if JR come back now?
Yeah, he's got his own shit going on.
Yeah, I think he's doing shit for New Japan.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The American broadcast.
Yeah, but you know damn well McMahon will fucking pay him double if he really wants him.
Yeah, who knows, you know.
He'll be like, yeah, I'll pay you double and buy out your contract from New Japan. If he really wanted to do that, you know.
Yeah, you know.
Or shit, man. He could have at least, because I know he got let go by the company a few years back because Flair said something at like some kind of Comic-Con or something, and like they told JR, because he was like the road manager for that, like he was supposed to keep him in line or something. I don't know. It was some kind of like politic bullshit, you know. So, you know, yeah, so Jerry Lawler's gone heel. So, you know, if this is like the first sign to the Attitude Era coming back, I'm all for it. You know, start, you know.
Well, you just did the Dudley Boys flip.
Yeah,
on
the Dudley Boys.
That was shit. The crowd actually popped for that.
Yeah, I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? I watched
some
Daniel
cool
Bryan,
shit, man. I can't lie.
I didn't see that.
Like I told you people before, I watch Raw. You know, a lot of times I can easily walk away from like shit like that. I'm glued.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They need to start, like, I don't know. It just seemed like over the years now, you got to remember, I've been watching the WWF since the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I've seen, you know, from, you know, probably like the mid to like early to mid, late 80s and on, I've seen WWE evolve.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen all the different, from that point, I've seen all the different, you know, ways they have gone. And, like, a lot of shit, like, you know, I want to see them back bring, like some more managers. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a man, you know.
Yeah.
That I manage. I've thought that for, you know, for a while.
Yeah, man, honestly, that's
even before I start doing this, like, man, they need
that's
to bring
something they're lacking. Like
the managers, tag teams. It seems like they're kind of it seems like the division they're kind of building. It's better than what it was.
Yeah, it's building, but
yeah,
I don't know. See, this is the thing, though. It's like, okay, yeah, the New Day is still the champions, right? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like, they have a lot of guys. They had, like, guys, like, okay, they had, Sin Cara and Kalisto, then Sin Cara got injured or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
He's back now.
Oh, he's back?
A little bit, I forget, it was Raw or SmackDown.
Are they, yeah, but I mean, they were the NXT tag team champions. They need to keep them together as a tag team, you know what I'm saying? They worked, you know, good together. There's a lot of, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the other thing. They keep on just throwing people together as a tag team, you know? Like,
yeah, like sometimes,
I think it was like,
that's okay. Sometimes. But, like, WWE does that way too much.
Yeah.
Well, they'll just throw, like, 2 stars that they kind of
don't know what they want to do.
What they want to do with them and throw them together. Sometimes that works. Like with Owen and Bulldog.
Yeah.
That worked.
Well, they were also related to
but still, that worked.
Yeah.
That, to me, that worked. Yeah, I consider them, you could put them on the list, one of the greatest tag teams.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, they had, you know, very convincing, serious title runs with the tag titles.
Oh, yeah. They were champions for like a year at one point.
It seemed like it.
Well, I'm pretty sure. Like I remember in a match, like I can remember. I don't remember if it was Gorilla Monsoon or Vince McMahon saying they've been champions for a year. Like,
yeah, they had those belts. I know they had them a couple times, but I know like each time they had them for a minute. You know, I don't know exactly how long, but they had them for a while.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, so all right. Well, that's our last news and topic.
Last news and topic.
We're going to move on to our...
Moving on.
to actually let you guys hear our first Legends of Tomorrow Legends Spotlight.
Legends of Tomorrow Spotlight that we were going to do last week, but that motherfucking prospect fucked everything up. Sorry I took your spot, but,
I'll go for it, brother. Sometimes it's a give or take thing. Sometimes we take each other's spots. That just happens.
Motherfucking prospect. Fucking Dobie Gillis reincarnated. You know who Dobie Gillis is? Old ass TV show.
Yeah.
Like from the 50s. Nick at Night.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I want to say I remember.
If you've seen it, you'd be laughing. You're like, yeah, he's Dobie fucking Gillis.
I want to pull that up.
Fucking prospect.
I want to pull that up. Hey, Matt, could you pull up a picture of Dobie Gillis for us, please? I really want to see what he looks like. I'm sorry, I want to know. I want to see what he. So we're gonna get going with continuing. I want to see you. Can you say who he is?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Where?
I'm sorry. Oz Marley, he just took his medicine.
For God's sakes, Oz Marley, act professional.
This is professional, though. This is the most professional show on the air. What are you talking about? You want me to bust out my professional voice? I'm Oz Marley. And I eat gray poupon.
This show has totally sidetracked. Brought to
has.
you by Steel Post Radio. Only here at Steel Post Radio.
Only playing the hits.
Where are we at?
Legends Spotlight.
Oh, Legends of Tomorrow.
Of Tomorrow, Legends Spotlight.
Chew that Oompa Loompa up! Chew them up good!
And this is because it just returned the week that the prospect messed it up, Johnny Mundo, for Lucha Underground. Let's see. Johnny Mundo started at Supreme Pro Wrestling School in Sacramento, California, after failing to be part of Tough Enough 2. He was accepted to be on Tough Enough 3, which he co-won with Matt Capotelli. He won a developmental deal with WWE, and he was in Ohio Valley Wrestling. Him and Capotelli made their first WWE appearance on an episode of Heat in January of 2004. In March of 2004, he debuted as Johnny Blaze as Bischoff's apprentice. Then a week later, they changed his name they changed his name to Johnny Blaze after a week. I don't remember now what exactly he said.
I don't remember the Johnny Blaze shit.
Yeah.
I remember
and then,
Johnny Nitro.
Well, and that's what it was. And then
gave
3 weeks after that, he changed it to Johnny Nitro and to go with Nitro. And he used to come down to the Nitro theme music, which was dumb. That part of it, they should have never gave him that, you know what I'm saying? But I guess, he wanted to be in, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, sometimes you gotta take what you gotta take.
Yeah, you gotta take a bump to the chin to, get somewhere. And he did, as we'll talk about. He became, world champion, at least in ECW, you know what I'm saying? So, they put him up on the higher pedestal, so after, he did this until June of 2004 when he went back to OVW to team with Joey Mercury, and managed by Molina, they were M&M. They won the OVW Southern Heavyweight Championships at that point. In April 2005, they were moved up to the SmackDown roster. In their first match, they defeated Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero to become the WWE Tag Team Champions. M&M would go on to fight teams such as Hardcore Holly and Charlie Haas, the LOD, who actually ended up beating them for the titles, and Mysterio and Batista, winning the tag belts a few times. In 2005, Nitro would turn on his partner and leave SmackDown and go to Raw, in which he was placed in the Intercontinental title picture right away, winning the title, which was his first major singles championship. During this time, as IC champ, Nitro would face the likes of Carlito, Shelton Benjamin, and Jeff Hardy and John Cena. In November of 2006, Eminem would reunite to accept an open challenge placed by the Hardys on Raw. They feuded as tag teams and as single competitors during that feud because Mercury and Matt Hardy were on SmackDown and Jeff Hardy and Nitro were on Raw, so they do like singles. You know what I'm saying? Like they would back and forth. In 2007, the WWE draft, Nitro was drafted back to SmackDown. Nitro would go on the next week, he was drafted to ECW. Nitro would go on the next week to win the ECW World Championship, his first world title. He would go on to feud with CM Punk for the belt until he finally lost it to Punk. During this time, he changed his name to John Morrison. This was the time, when he changed his name to that, which, I don't know, Charlie, how'd you feel about that? Did you like that character, the John Morrison character?
Oh, yeah. He kind of looked like Jim Morrison.
He does look like him. And he had that whole party, kind
of like tripped out kind of vibe to him.
I remember that feud because he was like, you're straight edge and I'm the one that parties all night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like that feud because that's what got Punk on the bigger stage.
One feud I honestly liked. I liked when him and Miz were a tag team.
Yeah.
And they had the belts and they were feuding back and forth with the belts with Carlito and Primo when Primo first came there.
Yeah.
Remember, you catch any of that? They had, I remember, me thinking at the time they did some, vignettes with them and shit, and they were tight. They were they were funny. They were fucking...
Oh, Miz and him? Yeah.
Yeah, they were, in a restaurant, and, they're being all rude to the, to the waiter, but the waiter's actually Carlito, but he was all, had, a fake-ass wig on and shit. It was just, how they did it was funny. It was, for at that time...
Yeah.
Some of the better shit that I've seen in a while.
That was on, yeah. No, I feel you, because, that time there wasn't a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, that shit, that was, one of my favorite shit, the feud between them and the vignettes that they did. It was cool.
Oh, most definitely. So,
And I thought him and Miz were a fucking tight-ass tag team. I ain't even gonna lie. And I'm not a big Miz fan.
No, I agree, and I'm not a big Miz fan.
I don't hate Miz. I respect. There are some things I respect Miz for, but overall, I wouldn't call him one of my favorites. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel you. Yeah, I mean, Miz though.
I'll go as far as say he does belong there because I know a lot of people. Oh, he was fucking Real World or whatever.
Yeah.
Give him a lot of shit for that. Fucking Miz, he belongs there.
Yeah, but how many people started on other things?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it don't mean shit. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have the passion just because he fucking.
Shit, I'm going to bring this to another world. I'm not a fan of him at all, but this is a totally another thing. Look at the rapper Drake. This motherfucker makes he makes so much money and he's so popular and he started on Degrassi. You know what I'm saying?
Nickelodeon?
No, it was it's on the CW is a teenage drama. He played a kid that got crippled in a wheelchair, apparently. I read this in an article. Yeah, so I mean, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, no matter where they end up, they start in different places.
Yeah. Sometimes, gotta take a weird path to get to your dreams.
Yeah, exactly. Man. Hey, it's get your foot in some business to get in another.
You know what I mean?
So hey, I feel you, man. So at this time when he had just turned to John Morrison, he actually ended up getting suspended for 30 days for violating the WWE wellness policy. When he came back, he teamed up with The Miz, winning the World Tag Team belts multiple times. And
They're a good team.
After his split, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely, man. They were